Chat, here we go. It's Joreuz and Gramma. I believe the debut for a best of 5, because the last time we had Gramma on, it was in a best of 3 for Salt Mine qualifiers. And it's been a while since we've had Joreuz. Joreuz back in the ones game, and it's been a bummer to not see him as part of the Salt Mine. He seems like a Salt Mine mainstay as a previous Salt Mine champion, but he was on vacation. Probably a well-earned vacation for a lot of Rocket League players who hadn't had a lot of time off and have had a ton of time off now. But he's back onto Rocket League, and he's ready to play some 1v1 again. And he's going to start that off today with a player who got really far in the qualifier himself. I'm not sure where Gramma ended up, but I have a feeling that both these two will be in the closed qualifier that I believe is next week. And both of them will be trying to get into that promo relegation tourney in which they'll have Atto and Shadi. Atto and Shadi will be waiting there, trying to re-qualify and not get relegated. But certainly some scary, scary names over in that EU qualifier that could make their way in to promo relegation. But Gramma comes in, I would say, as the more recently practiced 1v1er, if I had to guess. I haven't seen Joreuz in the top 100. Once upon a time, it was a ridiculous claim to even talk about Joreuz in ranked, but he has played a lot more ranked ones than he did in the past. That being said, he hasn't played much recently, I would have to assume, because I don't think I see him anywhere in the top 100, whereas Gramma, number 24, I believe, number 24 in the world, as Joreuz plays a bit of keep away and takes this air dribble high to the backboard. Gramma expecting a low dribble. I mean, he got up pretty high. It didn't matter. Joreuz got up even higher with his double. You live in the Netherlands, but you're Italian, and this is the one match you show up for. Hey, it was fate. It was fate. It's great to have you here. Always fun to have Joreuz on. Player who's played a lot on the stream now and has such an exciting playstyle. I think is somebody that we're going to see a lot of in the future when it comes to ones, as he looks to keep this ball in the air away from Joreuz, who had dove into the orange half. Huge clear by Joreuz. Wait, it's more than that. Wow, the placement. Joreuz didn't seem to be in a great situation, but a huge flick to set up the long shot, and then he just places it. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get better than that placement. Post and in. Gramma, again, had so much covered. I mean, the previous goal for Joreuz, Gramma had just about everything other than the really high backboard double covered. And Gramma this time had everything but right on the post. Now, letting this one fall to the ground. Not a lot of boost to work with, and not the best of positions to dribble from anyways. Joreuz, known to love his aerial game, but tried to get a flick. I imagine he was trying to get a ton of air underneath that ball, because that was the only way that would make any sense to go for that close of a flick, but instead he did not get air and committed hard, allowing for the Gramma lead. Yo, sweet for you. Thank you for the tier 1 for 8 months. 8-month tier 1, and Joreuz is going to be able to give this a blue trail, but at the end of the day, it's into his net. A lot of people seem to want to know how old Gramma is. I've checked on his Wikipedia, and he is 17 years old. Not sure if I've mentioned that since we started the recording for the video. But a 17-year-old Italian player. As Joreuz, oh my goodness, the creativity. I thought he had completely lost the dribble, but he actually found a way to get something out of it. Not a lot, but more than just rolling the ball at Gramma. Oh, Joreuz, no pickup on the 100. And now it's Gramma who's looking to try and bring this ball back to net. Look to do multiple resets to do so, and that's not going to be easy. Joreuz just going to take his free long shot that's given to him. He has to start that reset process probably so much higher. Even if he did get that second reset that low, at that point, Joreuz can kind of cover defensively with just a single jump. You need to be bringing the ball towards the net at a place that forces a full-on commitment from the defender. Joreuz, so straightforward, but it doesn't need to be fancy when you start the dribble with Gramma right underneath you. and no boost to work with. He swings all the way into the corner, and speed is the priority here. I say it's not too fancy, but that's just because there wasn't a million resets. It was nice and strong with a 107 km/h finish. It's the exact play that needed to be made to punish Gramma. So Joreuz back in the game, tied. Handed Gramma the ball. Gonna be forced to get up and actually faked it. I'm assuming he faked it because it is Joreuz we're talking about. He should be able to read it. And I guess he expected Gramma to try and read his double. Either that or they just both whiffed, but that's hard to believe considering their talent level. Gramma couldn't quite get it all the way to the opposite side of the field with power. So now it is a Joreuz hook shot. But that hook shot is stopped. Recovery from Gramma. Barely any boost to work with in net. Joreuz just plays a bit of keep away. Wow. This is such a great dribble. And it plays to his boost advantage so well. He keeps it as far away from Gramma. Forces him to make a play off of the inside of that net where there's no wall to drive on. And then accelerates it right inside the opposite post. 5-4. Joreuz dancing on the back wall. A little dash up the side wall. He's going to back off, let Joreuz do his dribbling. This time Joreuz does not get any final pop, but he does stick around and get a 50 to maybe make Gramma's take a little bit less favorable, and it's going to end up in a shot that just plays right into Joreuz's hands in the shadows. So Gramma with 30 seconds to work with goes to the ceiling. Felt like he needed to play it quickly maybe, but just allowed Joreuz to challenge him. Not sure what Joreuz's plan is here. It's a clean takeaway by Gramma, and he's going to try and corral it around into the net. No, Joreuz is back. Missed dash. Gramma was trying to use his flip to land on the ground quickly. Now Joreuz doubling with the ceiling. He's going to have to give the ball up, though. So this is Gramma's final opportunity. That touch is going to be one that's really hard to score, as he can't get away into the net without getting such a tough angle. And Gramma, he had that. It was on its way in, certainly with more time. He jumps up and taps that in with game number one. It's going to go to the Dutchman. Joreuz, what car is he in right here? I need my car experts. It kind of looks like a Venom. Oh, wait, is he in the F1 car? Wait, what is this? Is that... why do I feel like I'm not used to seeing a no decal? It's an Animus GP. Interesting. This is, I assume, Dominus. Gramma, nice fake. It's a great shot for him. Sorry, we're all distracted by the car that Joreuz is using. This is the car all of M80 will use this season. Is that right? The Animus GP. Who knows? It's Breakout. Breakout hitbox. Interesting. You don't see very many people using Breakout. Not that you see very many people using anything but Octane, but even the people who don't use Octane, they're using Plank or Dominus. Pretty much nobody uses a car with Breakout hitbox. But Joreuz might be the first. I think the last time I saw Breakout was Lion Blaze, maybe in Turf Wars or something like that. I feel like he brought out a Breakout. Maybe it wasn't Turf Wars. Maybe it was just some other Showmatch. I remember him in a Breakout, and that's probably the last time I saw one. Joreuz. I'm surprised he decided to use that reset. Could have just fallen down to the ground, taken a bounce dribble far from net, and maybe threatened a lot, but by using the reset, he just kind of passed the ball over to Gramma and ended his attack. Joreuz, Pogo, nice shot! His first goal with his car is going to be a nice Pogo. And it's a good improv as he falls to the ground, baits Gramma in, gets the perfect diagonal on his car. As high of a pop as possible. And he is on the board to tie the game. Gramma trying to score off the kickoff. Just played into the save. Now he's in a tough spot himself. Joreuz air rolling for the flick. Decides to just drop the ball right to Gramma. Now a demo means tons of space and time. 0 boost. Gramma wants to get the 100 at the midfield. He's going to be allowed to do so as Joreuz crosses the field for his 100. Boost steal in the corner. Can he pin Joreuz back? Joreuz is going to take the risk, go out and grab the boost, and that's not the kind of power that would punish Joreuz for doing such a thing. Joreuz can't catch up to his own touch. Now he's going to have a tough time stopping this shot. Maybe not as tough as I thought. Gramma tried his best to just be a brick wall that Joreuz couldn't get around. He does find his way through. This is just a really high-speed game right now. Neither one of them holding on to possession very long as they boom the ball back and forth to each other. Now just Joreuz slowing it down for the first time in a bit. His dribble gets stopped by Gramma, and a big miss means it'll be a Gramma dribble. Taking the reset to the ground, says Joreuz, if you're going to wait on the goal line, I'll wait to shoot. But Joreuz still reacts to the shot. Saw that the top left was open and covered it. Now reset is going to go too high. Playing a bit of keep away. The wave dash recovery. Gramma can't stay on the ball, though. So now it's Joreuz with no defenders in net. And he will rush it in for a second goal. Was it Lion Blaze or the final DreamHack online 1v1? I don't know. I can't remember. Everyone say hi to Hana Vibes manager Taylor. Tell Taylor to subscribe. Use their Twitch Prime on the channel. Joreuz into an air dribble. Has looked comfortable in the Animus GP. It's actually not that bad looking of a car. As far as different cars that are used, I feel like most are pretty ugly, but I don't know. I could get used to seeing an Animus if this was actually a car that players started to use. Gramma going to start a dribble from the back wall. Joreuz doesn't pressure it. The first catch is great. The second dribble, though, has really no way to be turned into a threat. Joreuz now reset. Top shelf, no. Gramma doesn't have the recovery. Had to jump to try and save, and so it'll be a reset from Joreuz. Yo, the Lifeless Nerd, thank you for the Prime for 5 months and the Danger Taco for the Tier 1 for 2 years. 2 full years. Low-key, I dig the look of the Animus over the actual F1 car body. Yeah, I agree with that too. I think the F1 car body, when you see it, it looks like foreign. Whenever they try and put a real car into the game instead of like a modified, slightly cartoonish version, it always looks really foreign and out of place. Whereas this doesn't look quite as out of place. Gramma not going to be able to get back. Joreuz has limited Gramma to a single goal with the Animus. Joreuz flicked to the top right. Gramma has the save. Trying to pick up boost where possible. Can he get back to this one? He can. He pins it off the crossbar, but he doesn't really have enough boost to escape. Oh, he just got a 100 spawn. A perfect spawn. He's going to dive, take the midfield, and basically play a guaranteed, 10-second long attack here, but that's okay. Joreuz is pre-jumping. He's going to try and go low, and then back up, and it goes directly into Joreuz. He gave it to him. Joreuz waited there. And the mind games of just not coming back down and staying up there resulted in Gramma just giving him the ball. Joreuz saw the future. I can't believe it. It's going to be a 3-1, incredibly low-scoring game in game number 2. Joreuz is out of the match. I wonder if he's going to have another car. The Animus looked good. I mean, he kept Gramma at bay. Is he going to be able to do so for a full sweep? Game number 3. Joreuz not coming to the kickoff. He's in the Fennec this time. He is one step ahead always, refusing to let Gramma get a read on what car he's going to use. Well, Gramma sticks with a very classic 1v1 Fennec too. Just orange with some gloss. Gramma not going to boom the ball at Joreuz, instead going to delay it and catch the ball for a flick. But every time he does so, it always seems like Joreuz is in the right position to cut it off. Oh my goodness. It's not going to be registered as a save. It did have some orange trail, but I think it must have been bouncing on the way out. Gramma trying to snipe the bottom left. But Joreuz has been so good at closing the windows that he shows are open. Oh, the dunk. Joreuz. The flick was never going to make it in. It was a soft flick. But he gets behind the ball and dunks it right back into the other side of the nets. 1-0 for Joreuz. He's in the zone. Joreuz. Dribble from the back corner. Takes it to the ground. Gramma continuing to be passive. So Joreuz refusing to make the final shot attempts. Tried to sneak that one in just underneath the crossbar. Couldn't quite do it. Joreuz. The reset into backflip, as creative as it is going to get him scored on. NA Joreuz greater than EU Joreuz. Just to be clear, they're both still in EU. I'd say they're both, as if Gramma's leaving, but you can see his 40 ping to Joreuz's 12 on these EU servers. Gramma gonna run the ball away. Doesn't want to start the dribble out of the corner. Looks to just punish Joreuz for diving in deep, and he succeeds in doing so. Instead of trying to play into Joreuz's game, that aerial game that Joreuz has done so well with, instead allows Joreuz to overcommit. Joreuz kickoff win, pinning Gramma back. He's just going to boom it to the opposite side of the nets, and since Gramma elected to not pick up any boost at all, some players will move out to try and pick up a pad. I mean, it's really hard to do so, especially from this position, but it does at least give him a little bit better chance. He decided to camp it in the back right of the net from his perspective, which left the opposite side open. 2-2 in a must-win game for Gramma. He ends up passing to Joreuz, who again seems to see the future, as he had already been up for the pass and gladly takes the dribble offered to him. Gramma resetting on the 100, went to go high, but I think that was just a misread of Joreuz's dribble. I mean, watching it from Joreuz's perspective, it was clear that that was going to be landing short of the goal, and being that high up really, you know, was not where he needed to be. There was no shot that Joreuz was going to be taking the ball there. Gramma gets a free possession into the air. Joreuz pre-jumps, but he forces Gramma back down to the ground. He's been eating up his offense before it ever really gets started. The wave dash did not connect. Now Kenny half flip to get back in time. Joreuz, delayed dribble. Gramma has the 100 boost and possession again, but Joreuz has been so good in defense. This time Gramma does get it over the top of him, but Joreuz is going to get back to the ball first. Gramma knows it. He just waits at the midfield to see what's going to happen. Gets bumped off the ball, which means no boost steal at the midfield. Joreuz resetting far away from net. It's just really no scare for Gramma, but right now the story of the game is how will Gramma find offense, because he hasn't been able to get any going. Every time he gets possession, the high-speed defense of Joreuz always finds a way to throw him off. Joreuz backflipping the ball backwards. Gramma stayed patient enough, and he's going to be able to counterattack. This is where he's had success, when he's been able to catch Joreuz in too deep. But with 1:30 left to go, Joreuz has no incentive to overextend. From out of the side wall, not the best position to roll up a dribble. Joreuz pre-jumping, gets Gramma to just tap it down. Joreuz misses! Huge miss by Joreuz. He's not going to be able to recover, and it is a whoops. But still, I'm impressed with the defense and how he's doing it long before Gramma even starts his offense. These pre-jumps are taking away what is the best option. I've mentioned it before, but a lot of ones players now, you know, wherever the ball is headed, they will decide how to play the flow of the play, whether that means playing in the air or on the ground. Joreuz sees the flow, knows that Gramma has no choice but to take an air dribble, otherwise it'd be much less favorable play. So he just pre-jumps it and floats, and it gets in Gramma's head, stops him from doing what he probably should. That being said, he has fought for a fourth goal and a lead, which he has seen a few different times, but Joreuz has always erased it. And it's because Gramma's defense hasn't looked as crisp as Joreuz, but here it is, a counterattack. And 5-3 for Gramma. 50 seconds. A crucial miss by Joreuz may end up being the difference here. As Gramma able to find a little bit of momentum. Joreuz back into net. Can Gramma stick to his game and not get faked out by Joreuz? He's just going to air dribble to the top left. Oh, nice recovery demo. That is a signature of the best ones player in the game right now. He loves to pick up demos after his first shot attempt. Gramma! A booming power shot off the bounce. And a 6-3 lead, likely securing game 3, preventing a sweep. But as I was saying, Moxie, he loves the first shot, then recovery demo. So Gramma certainly in good company, looking for that play himself. Joreuz still alive, technically. Could have afforded to have a couple seconds back by putting that first flick underneath the crossbar. But he's got 10 seconds to work with per goal. He's got a bunch of extra time at 0 seconds if he can keep the ball up, assuming he gets this first one. So really, he could spend just about 19 seconds on the first one. But Gramma's fake challenge. Oh, Gramma missed! Oh my goodness! He could have iced out the game. It was a great fake challenge. It got Joreuz to just wave dash the ball away. And then Gramma, who's expecting another hit, he's not expecting Joreuz to just stay as calm, glued to the ground, because Gramma could basically end the game. He decided to go high and prep for Joreuz's touch. Instead, he just missed and didn't hit it at all. But a kickoff goal will make it guaranteed. 7-5. Gramma going to send this to game 4. Joreuz not going to come to the kickoff. You have to touch the ball if you want to start the timer. So you actually make it possible. You make it possible for Joreuz by not touching the ball, because then he can actually get back to it, chip it on target, and then have one more chance. Joreuz looked like he was trying to set up another dribble, but didn't succeed. Put it into the corner. So game number 3. 7-5 to Gramma. The Italian gets a game. Looking to get 2 more. Game number 4. One thing's for certain, and it's that I will not pronounce Gramma in a way that the chat feels is correct. I'm down to go back to Gramma. Those are the good times. Where's Shoddy at? Yeah, Shoddy, Gramma. Who else? This chat just can never appreciate my eloquent pronunciation. Nice bump. Joreuz thought he was going to get back. FBI is pretty easy. Yeah, Nupo is different. I think a lot of people are fine with the way I say Nupo. Gramma's just running it up now. 3-0, all on kickoff goals. I think Rawas everyone also accepts by now. Of course, some people are confused about it, but they don't have another option, so they just say, why is he saying it that way? Because they can't read it and be like, oh, it's pronounced like this because it's just RW9. So very clinical play by Joreuz, who backs off the ball here after he gets Gramma to push back and says, all right, I see an open slot in the top right, so that's where I'll place it. Basically like the equivalent of a penalty kick almost. The ball just bouncing out outside the box. Joreuz having to shoot past a sitting defender. Joreuz, nice flick. Look at this lean forward, which is crucial to get this kind of flick. Watch it again. Smooth catch. Make sure to get the tail end of his car on the ball to launch it. The A is like, aw. It's more like Gronk or a Honda Grom. I don't know what a Honda Grom is. Then Grand. Gramma. Gramma. Joreuz slots one bottom right, so it's going to be a trade. 3 goals for 3 goals. And it's fairly high scoring. Only a little over a minute in. Gramma to the ceiling. Lost possession here. He's going to try and bring this one back to net. And he actually gets it right over the top of Joreuz. Previously, he has been just trying to 50 these. But this time around, he didn't go for the 50. He went for the extra touch. And it got it just over the center mass of Joreuz. So his jump just helped it in instead of getting pushed out. Good adjustments from the Italian. Joreuz, he just keeps placing top right. Oh, he doesn't do it this time, though. Gramma showing that top right corner is available. It's just a test of whether or not Joreuz can get it there. This time his reset brings the ball out of the net. Should just be getting him scored on. Barring a nice recovery, and that recovery does not connect. Gramma able to jump over the potential bump. Use the flip to finish it. Joreuz. Reset on the ceiling, wanted the ground pinch. That's going to get eaten up. Telegraph from a bit too far out. Gramma's going to just play the possession into the corner, where he now has another boost advantage. Maybe more of a boost advantage than moments ago. He's going to bump Joreuz once and then demo him. And he missed! He missed, but he should be able to follow it up. Oh no! Why did he backflip? He tried to waste even more time? I feel like that shot was soft enough that there was a world in which Joreuz made it back to it. Joreuz on the dribble. Reset, just trying to protect it. He's doing such a good job. He hasn't been trying to score with the first reset. Instead, he's been keeping it soft and keeping it in a position that he can follow right up and allow for him to double it in and force it in. This time, he puts it off the crossbar and in. He's got 2 goals to make up. Gramma had a perfect read on the fake by Joreuz. This was not a DC. I'll show you again. The front flip and then reverses. It might have looked like Joreuz just didn't move at all. But it's just Gramma with a very good read. Joreuz pinch away. Gramma, this is a really wide swing. He's trying to bait Joreuz in, I imagine. Still almost beat him out. Sometimes you separate from the ball to give your opponent the idea that they might be able to beat you in. That way you can pull him out of net. Joreuz didn't fall for that. He stayed glued to net. Now he's back on the attack. Got Gramma. What a save! Oh my god. Oh, too bad. No follow-up. I do not understand how he got this first save. Oh, he's pinned it. But he just couldn't get in and out of the net. It was a really speedy recovery. But I'm not sure there's a world in which he stops that downward momentum of driving down the back of the net. There's so much downward momentum. You have to wait till that cancels and then jump up. And I feel like he did it about as quick as you could. You jump in earlier, that downward momentum eats your jump. You wouldn't have gotten up anyways. Gramma wall dashing to the ball. Minute 30 as he sends it away, allowing Joreuz to make a take on his net with him only working on pads. Joreuz, one of his worst takes yet. Normally he's been placing that ball in great position. This time he rolls a soft one, which is a rarity for him so far in this match. He's just going to boom the ball away. Had boost to work with. It just allows Gramma to have it. Maybe he wants to play out of defense as a reset on this dribble. Couldn't get the wave dash pinch. Now these guys reversing into each other. Joreuz faking his flick and will follow back up. Wait, great recovery from Gramma. But now he's stuck in net. It took him all his boost and he had to take an angle that slammed him into the inside wall of the net, which is not a great position to be. Joreuz, though, reset over the top. He will recover quicker. Gramma actually dove, so it should be Joreuz rushing the ball to net, and he does, but not quick enough. 30 seconds. Joreuz needs this to go in so he can have all the rest of the time to work on the tying goal. Eventually, he does get it, so 27 seconds. Standard kickoff for both on the diagonal. Very volatile kickoff, I would say, would favor the player who's down. Joreuz gets the reset, sees the coming challenge, does his best, try and just control the play. He's actually going to chip a ball high without boost advantage towards the net. Decides to steal the back corner. Now needs a difficult double. Don't think it was on target. Doesn't get registered as a save. Gramma will be able to tap it down, and we're looking at game 5 between Joreuz and Gramma. Game number 5. Joreuz and Gramma. I think Joreuz has changed car in some facet every game, but he has played Fennec the last 3. And boy, is he going to look silly if he doesn't go to the Animus and win the game. He's relying on his Fennec to be able to do it. Only 1 goal has even been scored on his Animus. Yet here he is with not enough faith in it to use it to clutch out. Joreuz on a wall to air dribble with space. One of the most dangerous things to hear in 1v1, but this time not much comes of it. Gramma gonna have to back off this ball, as there's no way to really get a solid attack, not one that's worth taking, that would give up possession and probably put him out of position. So instead he just backed off. Now he's got a much more promising chance. The fake actually faked himself out a little bit, but the delay flick is gonna work out. I think Joreuz probably played into that fake. There was the hook shot, but he's like, wait, Gramma, he's not really in control. Oh, yes, he is. Joreuz allowed to get an uncontested possession. We'll use it for a strong flick. Able to get the boost steal, but cannot demo or keep Gramma. Making a long clear to the blue back wall. Joreuz dunked into his back corner. Gonna make a play all the way from the back wall. He's kept the ceiling height just about the whole way, but he does go to the ground a little bit early. I'm gonna try and show him a taste of it the other way. Has a ceiling reset, but with Joreuz not attacking him, stays grounded. Interesting play. Oh my goodness, Gramma. I thought he was making a mistake as he launched the ball straight up in the air, but doing so actually kept the ball from moving towards Joreuz, who was pre-jumping. So this is actually a really smart play and could very well be intentional with the way Joreuz has been pre-jumping and playing all series long. When someone pre-jumps, you want to try and not bring the ball to them. The pre-jump kind of relies on the play happening and moving towards them. You want to try and bait them out to make as long of a challenge as possible when they pre-jump. And you see Joreuz having to fall all the way back down, ends up not intercepting Gramma. And it's super risky. The reason why it's so risky is with the ball directly on top of your car, you are not prepared to 50 it. So if Joreuz does get there, there's a good chance he just dunks it over the top of you and you're in big trouble. But he didn't get there, and he's got himself a huge lead. Joreuz is known to come back from huge leads, but he has really given himself quite the deficit to try and work back from in this game 5. Gramma, I don't know how he's going to try and score this one. It's going to take a lot. Joreuz knows one of the only options is that wave dash shot, so he stays glued to where that would head. Joreuz now the dash shot on the bounce. Wants to win at 50 and stay on offense. He will get a boost steal. Might just be able to. Great first touch. Heads to the ceiling. Gramma's out of nets, and he gets it in time. Gramma dove back, but did not recover quick enough. Is this the beginning of Joreuz digging himself out of the hole? There's just about nobody who seems to like to make comebacks more than Joreuz. And there's 2 of the 5, and he left his team for some reason. Soft touch by Joreuz on the kickoff. Smooth catch, important catch as well. You do not want to let that ball roll off the top of your car. Eliminates a lot of your options. Gramma still able to make the save. Joreuz now with 33 boost. Didn't get quite enough power on that flick to make it worth it, I don't imagine, because it is just going to be an eventual Gramma possession now. Even though Joreuz is able to stop it at first. Seems to be rethinking his crazy pre-jumps. I take that back. Oh, Gramma, what are you doing? Oh my goodness, it was a free goal. And he wave dashed to pop it too high. Gramma cannot follow up on this shot. Joreuz is in and out of the net to make the save. And oh my goodness. Although there was 5 straight for Gramma, there is a lid on the net now. Joreuz trying to bait Gramma into a bad challenge as he swings away from the ball for his hook shot. He's going to go up into the air. Gramma waiting on the ground. Joreuz late resets. Well timed. Using the reset early would play into Gramma's hands, allow him to have a chance to read the play. Instead, he waits until there's no more time and then flips underneath the ball. And now he has 3 of the 5 that he needs to come back from. Joreuz bumped into his own corner boost. Recovers to make the save. Outplays Gramma. Did he get Gramma own goal? Oh, just barely off target. Now Joreuz backing up. Gramma missed the midfield boost. That might end up meaning a lot because he is going to try and swing to the corner. Joreuz looks to not let him. Crazy follow-up from Joreuz, trying to get a high-speed double like that, where Gramma was very clearly going to have a touch on it as well. Seems really all in. But Joreuz, a guy known to make all-in attacks and have faith in his own ability. Gramma, too strong of a first touch. Will these 5 goals be enough? He's got 30 seconds now to hold on. Such an early 5. It's been Joreuz the rest of the way. But Joreuz running out of boost. You need to have boost to make these late game plays. Goal line 50 from Joreuz. He got Goomba stomped there a little bit. That messed up his momentum. Gramma gets the midfield 100, but he's still past to Joreuz, trying to pre-jump. Joreuz waiting. This 50 off target. I'm not sure Joreuz is going to be able to get this back. He puts 1 on target. Gramma save. Crucial save at that. This might be a goal, and there's a second. No way. No way Joreuz does a comeback like this. Certainly it's not possible. Certainly it won't happen. Gramma, what will he do on his final kickoff? He just needs the ball to slam onto the ground. He goes for a standard kickoff, gets high on the ball to make sure it either gets pushed away or hits the ground. Joreuz out. A reverse sweep for the Italian, as I think he wins his debut best of 5 on my stream. GG's. Sheesh.